Hi, hello, welcome to Spell Day. We're covering a spell every single day of the year from the 5e PHB +3. Those +3 spells are homebrew spells. We're at +3 at the moment. Get it back in the playlist to find them, and today's spell is Witch Bolt. First level evocation, casting time for 1 action, range of 30 feet, components verbal somatic material, a twig from a tree that has been struck by lightning. Duration, concentration, up to 1 minute. A beam of crackling blue energy lances out toward a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns, for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically. The spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. The spell also ends if the target is ever outside the spell's range, or if it has total cover from you. At higher levels, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the initial damage increases by 1d12 for each slot a level above first. Yeah, that's where it breaks down. A channeling spell, kind of, as in not just concentration, but you have to focus on it. You have to spend every action, every turn doing this. You still have bonus actions, you can still move with limitations, but this really restrains it. Even being a first level, it's not worth it because it's locking you down. You can't cast any other spells unless they're a bonus action. Or if they're concentration. Well, no. If they're concentration, you can't. This limits what you can do. Yes, it automatically hits after casting it, but only 1d12, because when you upcast it, it's just the initial damage. Starting at only 1d12. That's not that. So upcasting's not really that worth it. And it's not worth it to hold it down for, what, 1d12 every turn? Yes, it's guaranteed, but really? Not to mention, on top of doing an action every turn to keep this going, and the concentration, you have to stay in range. 30 feet, so now you're bound 30 feet to the target. And you have to hope the target's not moving, and has an average speed of 30 feet, so if they are just... they can easily get away if they decide to dash. Or if you're obstructed in any way. Which, yes, goes for them as well, but that's just something else you have to take into account to hold them in place, which you can't be doing because you're spending your action and concentration on this spell. It's a cool spell looks-wise, and even name-wise, Witch Bolt. That's either like a brief, basic attack that you'd imagine in a video game somewhere, or just this, again, channeling. It's not good. Yes, the one benefit is if you do have a target that is stuck. Because then you just make the one attack and you hold it. And it's guaranteed 10d12. For a first level spell, that's not that bad. The issue is that means you have to basically be outside of combat, where you don't have to focus on anything else. If you're not focusing on anything else and you're just trying to pump damage into this thing, that works. But you can just do that with weapons. I mean, a battle axe does a d12. You could just keep trying to swing that every turn. Yeah, you might miss, but if we're talking efficiency, sure, this is relatively efficient spell-wise, but you're going up against just martial weapons if you're attacking and trying to kill a target that's stationary. It's just not worth it. If its range was 60 feet or 120 feet, like really long, and it's just this consistent channeling of damage, so you are now a target they have to stop, or they have to force you to not use an action to use it anymore. But outside of that, no, it's 30 feet. And it's an action every turn. It's limiting you in a lot of ways. And even then, its initial damage and continuous damage isn't the best, especially when it comes to 5e, where it's mostly try to get them down as fast as possible when in combat, not hold out and just keep damaging them over time. And even if you did have multiple turns to try and damage something over time, cast multiple high-level spells. That's probably more efficient, like 3 turns with 3 third-level spells, instead of just 3 turns of this. There's an argument for spell slots, but if it gets the creature down faster, it's just very lackluster. It looks cool, sounds cool, actual mechanics-wise and implementation, not the best. A bit of a drowsy one with Witch Bolt, but 2 out of 10. Not 1, because of how cheap it is, and in those situations where someone is stuck. And there is an argument to high AC. Well, no, you need to hit them in the first place. 1 out of 10, it's a trap spell, it's cutting you off for 10 turns. Or just wasting a spell slot on 1d12.